Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. I can't tell how loud this is. Someone's been messing with my dials and knobs. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, June 11th, 2019. Doing some last-minute adjustments, camera adjustments, moving stuff around, getting things on fleek. I believe they say that on fleek. Is that right? They say on fleek? We'll never know. We don't quite know. Hi, everybody. I'm Bryce Castillo. I'm your pre-show navigator here as we get ready to start the show here at the top of the hour. We are joined in studio with one Andrew Heaton. Hey, Andrew.
Hello.
Hey.
I, too, am on fleek. That is the proper term. You used it correctly.
I got it right?
We're all fleek here.
So we'll have Justin and Brian on here, and actually, I'm going to give Justin a call. Oh, there's Brian, I think.
It's like he psychically
Finally.
sensed you.
But, and I think we've got Justin Robert Young on the line.
Wait, hold on. There we go.
Hello.
I'm watching. I was eyeballing.
But yeah, we got a full house here tonight.
Oh yeah, hey, Andrew Heaton's on
Hello.
the show.
Hey, Justin. Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
I live in the dream. Good to be. I made it. I'm here with you.
That's right.
Here in the virtual Japanese fusion jazz room pre-show.
That's right.
We're not even. Yeah. Oh, shit. I wonder if I'll be able to find. I got the new part of the studio here.
Oh right, Justin. So Justin, I guess Hack5, their studio was kind of liquidating some stuff, and he ended up getting one of the TVs from the studio.
Hey, Justin.
Yes. Go ahead.
Can you give me a tour of all the cool stuff behind you?
Yeah, I can. All right. Here we go. Here's a picture of Brian and I.
That's metal. That's
That whole thing.
a treated metal.
Okay.
I think
really?
it was when I was doing the Action News tour.
Yeah.
And that's good too, because if the grid goes down, that'll hold up for a long time as long as it doesn't rust. So
Yeah.
it's like you made your own little hieroglyphic.
Exactly. So here's a picture of us getting taunted by one Mikey Newman because he does quiz. Mikey's coming on next week or 2 weeks? From
2
now?
weeks. In 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now. Which I'm promoting now. We did not get a chance to promote Andrew on the show because that came together pretty quick.
Yeah. I just basically called Brian and he
Shut
was
up.
like, "Hey, come on."
He got a whole Hearthstone.
As one has, this is
yeah.
a sack of gold coins, Heaton.
Oh, you are speaking my language, buddy.
Yeah, so you have a sack of dollar gold coins.
Now hold on, that's a $10 bill in there.
Well, that's not
There's
even a
a
$10
$10
bill.
bill.
That looks like it's
I
a.
think-
Oh, never mind. It is. I thought it looked blue a minute ago.
Yeah, I think I had to change out. Somebody at some point.
And did you kill a leprechaun, or like how did? Because you've got a little neck satchel of gold.
Yeah, so this is
That's a lot of gold too, by the way, because it's
It's
like
a lot.
$1,200 for an ounce. So
big from
that's like a whole college fund right there.
It became a thing because Brian and I had a thing about doing dollar bets.
Mhm.
So we would
How
like
many
just go
dollar
to
bets did you have?
It was a considerable thing that they were doing for a minute there. I mean, you guys did it at the last South by, right?
I actually brought it when we came to do Something's Off. I got stopped at Dallas Love Field because they needed to search my sack of gold coins.
Justin, when I was moving down from New York to Texas, my car broke down, and I was at Pet Boys, and I as a prop, just for kicks, I bought like $60,000 of fake bills, just like a stack of fake prop money,
yes.
but it's like $60,000 to $80,000. It was like $20 on eBay, right? But I got all this, and I had moved everything in New York with me down to Texas, and I got stopped in New Jersey, and I had all of this money in the glove compartment, and the Pet Boys guys came and got me, and like this guy's like, "Hey man, if you're like drug running or you're gun running, I think you should tell us." And I was like, "What?" Oh, because of all the counterfeit money I got.
No, that money's not real. Don't worry about it.
No. I'm just a funny guy. I don't have guns or nothing.
I can only imagine. I hope
I'm
in
not
my
gonna
head, and
tell
don't tell me
anybody
whether or
about.
not this is wrong, but I
Thank
imagine that you're dressed the same way you are now, and you are often in very well in a suit. That you're like, oh no, I'm just a homespun guy who likes to
Ah,
keep the fake
I'm just an ice cream man from a Broadway musical who somehow wandered off stage to be folksy with you fine lads.
Here is a Topps. God knows what collection of cards this is, but somebody gave me the Topps trading card for the 1960 debate of Kennedy and Nixon.
Holy cow!
That's great.
What other cards did they have in there? Did they have like one for the
God,
moderator? And like,
There's certainly not enough about debates because this debate killed debates for like 2 decades. So really, like it was like not until Carter that they started doing debates again.
I mean, I don't know if you've already decided on cover art for the podcast, but that's some damn fine cover art, assuming that there aren't rights issues.
That is a fact.
I bet you that's public.
Devil here.
From
You got
1960?
the-
Yeah, I think it's
Who's the mask of? I can't tell from here. Not the devil, but next to it.
That's
Oh, this is from
Borderlands.
that's Handsome
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy. in that
Okay.
game. Yeah.
But that was an Ashley thing. Ashley was doing some cosplay and had that mask. But there we go. That's the little that's the tour of what's behind me. And then now I got this this Chromecast thing here, but I just need to find the only thing that I could find that like wasn't locked, so it looked weird going sideways. Were like these very psychedelic fractal 10-hour videos. Just like stay playing. So I think it was really good on the like solo shot stream. I think I might be a little bit too busy as just one corner.
Oh my god.
Of the quad.
Oh, I like that. If all you have to do is adjust your camera angle, and you can start a cult.
Exactly.
If it's just you, and that's the halo behind you, the mandala behind you, then it looks like you've achieved enlightenment.
So yeah, no, and then it slowly just makes for great accompaniment. And now the second city to legalize psychedelic mushrooms.
Which was it, Sacramento? Who did that? Because
Oakland.
That's right. Oakland did. Yeah,
where we
yeah.
emanate from.
Good job, them.
Did are you? Oh, sorry. So we did a number of shoots of when we did like the trailer for the iPad Scam School book. We discovered that like we had to put everything on the lowest brightness setting. Full stop. Is that already on lowest brightness, or can you make it darker?
To be honest, I don't know because I got this from Darren Kitchen because they were clearing out the Hack 5 studio.
Oh yeah. Look, when somebody asks you if you want a free set of Knight's armor, you say yes.
Exactly. No, he's like, hey, I'm moving all this shit out, and I'm like, I'll be right there. Also, can you bring your car? Because I don't have one.
It's probably calibrated because they had studio lighting, so it probably wasn't.
They did, but it does have to be at a very specific angle because
Because it's probably cheaper. Yeah.
you do that, it gets
It's
it's
blown,
still
super
kinda blown out.
Yeah. Well,
no,
that makes it
it
worse.
gets more blown out. Like you have to.
Oh, I gotcha. So it's off
Yeah.
off angle. I guess the other solution is you just crank up all of your other lights, but the hues only go so loud.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I don't think that this is the ultimate solution. This is just kind of a thing that I can do to just put it there.
I don't know. I distinctly remember you saying that I have a vision for a podcast that's funny about politics and also features fractals at all times. I think that's exactly what you said.
Well, the problem is, Brian, I'm having so much trouble with getting people to really take me seriously as a political pundit. So I just figure putting constantly updating psychedelic fractals next to me will really set them straight.
You could run for mayor of Oakland.
Politics,
Which, by the way,
fractals.
if I was gonna pick a city to be a mayor of, I'd want to do it with one where people can take mushrooms legally. I feel like I would have a constituency.
Now, that's a joke, but here's a real thing. I was thinking about doing on the podcast, doing like how a bill becomes a law, like act locally.
Are you gonna
kind
do it
of
with music and stuff like from
Schoolhouse
Electric
Rock?
Company? Yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna do it. So week by week, I would just give an update of like, hey, look, I want to affect my community. I also want to learn more about my own local government and how this could go. So I was looking for things that I could champion that would be funny enough that would carry as a bit, and maybe even get like kind of some press attention. And I found out that it's illegal to have a strip club in Oakland.
What?
Ooh.
Or like old reasons, for a million different. At some point, a horse, got caught bathing or something, and now it's
can't bring
illegal.
a horse into a strip club. Everybody knows that.
Exactly, so they just shut him down. But I was like, oh man, that'd be kind of funny, because also like there's never gonna be a politician that's like, we need to bring back strip clubs, but a random asshole podcaster. Now, that just might be what I was made for.
I love the idea of like you run for mayor in Oakland and you specifically try to target the psilocybin crowd by in the middle of the debates beginning by saying hello, 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 hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Justin, in Oklahoma, we I'm from Oklahoma, and it's like if you've not visited, it's like just imagine the 50s. And when I say that, it's a wonderful place to be from. But like I was like, we're never gonna legalize pot ever. Like we're gonna be the moon base will have pot before we do. And then some guy did a referendum and was like, hey, y'all want pot? And all the politicians were like, no, it's sinful, never. And like the whole state was like, yeah, we want pot. Because it turns out everyone in the state actually is like, it's your garage, do whatever you want, man. And now Oklahoma loves pot.
Dude, driving down 35, every other billboard.
It's like a church and then like a CBD ad.
All of Oklahoma is nothing but broken windmills and pot ads. That's all you see the entire state long.
Yeah. We updated the flag. Yeah. It's a buffalo smoking weed.
Somebody mentioned that on, I think it was the newsletter or the podcast. They're like, what do you think the last state to legalize would be? And I just flippantly, because I was like, they're like, oh, do you think Texas will be the last? And I'm like, no, because Texas is weird in that, like, for as religious as Texas is also more very much about like, well, I don't know, like, you gonna tell me not to do it? Because if you're telling me not to do it, like, I only take the law from one man, and that's God.
Big yellow flag with a spliff that says "Come and get it."
Yeah.
So it's like, between that and like also like where Texas is ever purpling, right? So it's like I bet you Texas would. Yeah, there's enough money in Texas that somebody would make a big push for it. I think it's Oklahoma, and immediately all the Oklahoma potheads just lit my ass on fire.
Yeah.
Of like, nope, like, how could you say it, you idiot? Like, of course, I'm smoking weed right now.
What about like, let's say Utah versus Arkansas. What do you think?
Okay, Utah will make sure it's like 3.5%. It's mostly oregano.
You can smoke pot as long as there's like a veil that no one can see you smoking pot with. Pot's fine as long as no one ever sees you do it.
Didn't Utah do medicinal like last year?
Did they?
I know it was on the ballot. I remember reading think pieces about how the church, the Mormon church, was like at a crossroads on whether or not they would be okay with it for medical reasons.
Mormon Church seems pretty cool with you do you, as long as you do it very much in the privacy of your own home and also do it very slowly. You can do pretty much anything, just very slowly. In fact, have you heard about this what do they call it? Like dipping or wicking or it's
Well, dip, yeah.
Let's call it dipping.
No, this is a thing where it's just like basically the article I read claimed that Mormon teenagers were figuring out that if they didn't actually have sex is like, going in and out and in and out. But if you just...
I read about it.
You're soaking. Yes.
What? This sounds terrible.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds
You just
awful.
enter extremely slowly and then just stay there, hang out for a bit, and then you're like... We didn't have sex. I was just soaking.
So the key thing is just friction is sinful.
I mean, well, it's the difference between doing it and not doing it. Like, you're not, clearly that's not doing it. I've seen a porno. This is not what they're doing, so we're not doing it. It seems to be the logic. Also, you've seen the Mormon porn. I think we've talked about this before.
No.
Oh, so what they do is they take frolicking, beautiful women who are in two pieces, and they throw a bunch of
the bubbles.
Yeah, the bubbles. See if you can find an example.
Yeah.
So basically, there's just a bunch of bubbles, and it covers up all the parts of the top, so it leaves you with the impression that they're naked. But don't worry, they're not, because this is
That one is a little more risque than I.
That one's
No, she got.
Yeah, but that's all kind of blurred out. The ones I like are the ones where it looks like
they've gotten high tech.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just have to go back here. So, did Mormons make this? Are these Mormon women? Is this?
No.
First of all, this is a great advertisement for Salt Lake City, Utah. If these are all young ladies in Utah, I'm like, you know what? I could give up coffee. I would do that.
As I understand it, pornography is verboten. However, these are women in bathing suits, and that's fine. But what say
There's
we
also
just
effects on the
hide
image.
the bathing suit parts?
Some of these
none of these women are naked.
Some of these are definitely.
Wait, hold on. So they're actually wearing bathing suits?
Yes,
We're
of course.
creating
You can
of course.
Yeah, like that one. So
Yeah.
what we're doing is we're creating the illusion
that she's naked.
That's right.
Which would be bad. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, see there. Okay, so you can see the original.
There we go.
Oh, they did a good job.
It kind of has like a Doctor Strange spell look to it as well, like all the different size circles.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
It
This
does.
is the classic. This is what I was thinking of.
Where it's just a solid color instead of the
Yeah,
blurry
where it's
thing.
just sort of peekaboo, where it's like, oh my gosh, don't
This
you?
is
wouldn't
fascinating.
Isn't it?
I would love to get a coffee table book of this, where like you know what, and if they made like kind of like cool geometric designs and things, so there's like an artistic spin on it.
Call it the workaround. 37 different religions, ways, rules.
Some
and
of
how
these are not
people-
very. This one is not very. I'm not going to put this on screen.
Oh
'cause
no,
it's
my
not
goodness!
Very
Yeah, no, it
effective at all.
definitely looks like somebody took creative license on some of these.
Okay, we're done looking at
All right, well,
pornography.
now I feel charged up and
I
primed.
don't know whether I feel more repressed and inhibited or dirtier, because if those young ladies were in bathing suits and we just pornified them, like I'm not. I don't know what to think about that.
That's
interesting.
They certainly didn't consent to it. Here, I've got a. We got to get this out of the way in the pre-show. I know that we have a hard and fast rule about talking about Hearthstone beforehand. However, something truly extraordinary
Please
happened.
do it now. Yeah. What happened? Did you hit one? Are you back at rank one?
No. It doesn't matter. It's not even about my rank. It's about the curious characters that you run into when you play Hearthstone. We 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, we called our shot.
We did, yeah. Well, and we can kind of act it out, but Brian, you got to send those to Bryce so Bryce can go full screen.
Yeah, do it at
And we
Gmail.
can maybe reenact. Brian, you just go ahead and bring us through your thoughts as you cue into a random game of Hearthstone.
Yeah, so Hearthstone matches you with a random person. It's kind of like
I actually don't know what Hearthstone is. So you can
it's
walk me
like
through
Magic
this, and I'll
the
be
Gathering or kind of like a
It's a
basically,
card game on the
think
computer.
Texas Hold'em poker, right? You know, so it's a little bit random, but also there's skill involved or whatever. But you get matched with a random person. And
No,
look
don't look
who
at that,
I
don't look
got
at that.
matched with.
So,
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Get wrecked, noobs! Rush Limbaugh here. I am going to crush your bullshit mech hunter. I am a post the arena floor for rank 5, and now I am here to wreak unduly havoc with you, the way that Hillary and Bill Clinton have wreaked havoc on this country for over 2 decades. We'll be right back. Oh, shit, wait, I didn't have a key.
Oh no!
bump.
Bump.
No look. 360 fucking no look on that one.
He
That's
was like,
great.
you might believe that in a post-nerf libtard cuck world, I wouldn't be able to rock a traditional priest, but I'll show you when I double down with 36s and take you right to the cleaners. Get ready for dad legend, you piece of shit, Brushwood.
Yeah, he really fucked you up, huh?
Yeah, no, he did.
Like 2 if by teabag.
There we go.
Oh my god. All right, look,
So,
you got me laughing, so now I got to turn on the fan. Hold on.
That's very
Our
funny.
theory, Andrew, has been that secretly
So, yeah.
Football is a Twitch streamer.
The joke El Rushbow
Games
is
that
Yeah,
he-
L
that
Rushbow
he streams.
69. So you think he was streaming or he was just on his on purpose?
He's like, what? Snurdly, holy fire! Why would I do? No, oh, all right, now come on, Snurdly. There's reasonable, and then there's this bullshit. Come on. Like he's clearly running a mech hunter. I've seen 5. What? Snurdly. All right, look. Sometimes you have to take charge yourself. Hold on.
I just love that also he's doing it personally at home and Snurdly's still in his ear. Like Snurdly's still producing him at all times.
Still not talking.
I just want to say I 100% follow what's going on.
Have you not listened?
I know what's going
Now
on. There's
Andrew is our audience surrogate tonight.
Oh man, somebody has not listened to enough. Somebody was not raised in Texas and or Florida.
I feel like a Labrador Retriever right now, where I'm like, everybody's having fun. I'm having fun too, I guess. I don't know what you're doing. Is there a tennis ball?
The voices
Well,
are
have
funny.
fun, though.
I like the funny voices.
Oh,
Don't worry, that's me about a third of the time.
yeah, we do a lot of old man humor.
We do a comedy show specifically for people whose dad never let them touch the radio.
We once said we once described the show to ourselves as Florida and Texas fucks while Northern California looks on in horror.
Well, that was when we
Got fired.
Yeah, one of the many times that we were in trouble with our network because of a sponsor that was in New York, and they were like you really got to be careful of it's just a kind of a thing where you can't joke about certain things because we're a California company and they're a New York company. To which my point was well, then they shouldn't be sponsoring a show where Texas and Florida fuck weekly.
I do. Oh man, look, we're Lennon and McCartney, and as far as I'm concerned, that is a Brian and Justin joke forever. But if I remember correctly, that was more of a Paul McCartney joint, if I remember correctly. Because I remember deeply being flattered by you complimenting and enjoying it and mentioning it in the days afterwards.
I will give you. I will. You got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, some rights issues.
Yeah.
As we go update the percentages.
It was. It was Squarespace because we did the running bit was we would say that Squarespace was doing stuff that they weren't doing, and for whatever reason, and this was a Lennon problem that started everything. The reason all the problems that we had with the network were because I said stupid stuff. And
Wait, what kind of stuff were you claiming that Squarespace was doing?
Well, okay, we did a bunch of hilarious things like, oh, they're a flower store, and then we just kept on calling them a flower store. And I'm like, no, Justin, they're not a flower store. It's like, isn't that their slogan? Flower it up with Squarespace? Like, no, they do blogs, portfolio, and any kind of website, right? And then in this particular case, the random number generator landed on gun store.
Oh, right, the first time.
Yeah. Oh, the first time.
I pulled up the second time because I thought we.
Yeah,
might
the
play
second
this.
time went a lot farther.
That was another time that I said.
Hey,
something.
do you want to see what a fireable offense looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine that your sponsor is
Called
a
Squarespace.
anti-spam company.
Okay.
And in your ad read, you say, "Hey, man, spam takes your attention without asking. It's unfair." Kind of analogy. Spam is a rapist, and thankfully, this company will stop them. We'll stop them.
That's the face of someone who goes, "You said that on air."
And now imagine you have a very passionate fan base who wants to A, make a song out of your ad, and then B, make a music video about your ad. Mm-hmm. And then imagine that a person at the company says, "Hey, I saw a calendar item labeled Fire Brian and Justin." So when you get on the phone, get ready to be fired. This was the it's a fine ad.
Spam is a rapist sounds like a dance song. Spam is a rapist. Spam is a rapist. Spam is a rapist. Yeah. Spam is a rapist. Spam is a rapist. Spam is a rapist. Yeah. Rhythm is a dancer. Spam is a rapist. Mail out is your father. Yeah.
So imagine you get on the phone call, which you've already been told.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that raised eyebrows? The music video of every meme that happened between 2002
The
and
metaphor
2012?
doesn't even really work if you think about it.
Well, I mean, you're right. A boner is a very poor defense against
I'm
rape.
sure grammar and syllogy were the two major issues with that. Those are the two things that straight isn't a good
It's
analogy.
the people going, baby. Come on. It's provocative. No one knows what it means.
So we hop on the call with the CEO and the advertiser, and you're like, and the CEO gets as far as saying, "Hey, as we discussed, you're on the phone with the responsible parties, Brian and Justin. They're right here."
Which is a great way to be introduced at any time. Is the
responsible parties.
Yeah.
At which point they say, they're like, and I want you to know, and then, at which point the CEO is cut off, and the sponsor says, "Guys, oh my God, do we love the stuff you do? It's so good. Just you're so creative. You're so out there." Look, we talked before about the Hitler ad. Let's just add.
It was a tasteful.
Let's just.
Oh
add,
yeah, that's a third part of the story.
Let's just add everything except for Hitler and rape. You guys are the best. Keep going. Pause. CEO says, "Yeah, that's what we love about Brian and Justin. they're just so creative. It's really great."
I would, you know what? I would totally pay good money to see the rejected pitch meetings of you guys, like off camera, just going like, "No, we couldn't get away with that." I would love to know what dark stuff.
It's adorable that you said pitch meetings.
Yeah. Number one, this whole idea of planning. Look, there's a reason why both Brian and I revere you as a god, considering like you write.
I own a notepad.
You plan this show that I'm doing tomorrow. Like we're like, what? He has the gift.
When we went in studio, it was all we could do to just ruin the show by saying, "Look, the words, they float on the screen. He reads them. It can be done."
Yeah. So anyway, we eventually quit, which is cool.
Does anybody have business to conduct?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab.
12 stock options.
Bevy
in
for
Dell.
the boys.
Go for it.
Oh man, dude, big day for you. What time did you leave from Dallas?
I left about noon. It was a couple of things. So we'll mention this, but I'm probably leaving Dallas here pretty quick. So I had to go talk to the apartment complex and be like, "Hey, if I got let go, do I stick around at a?"
You're like, who's got fast reactions and loves keys?
No, I did that.
Security deposit says what?
And then I had gone out with some colleagues last night, and I did the responsible thing and didn't drive myself home. But
Sure.
it's kind of weird to have to go get your car from an Uber at noon, and then I drove to come see you. So
And
right about now, I finally woke up.
At which point, you showed up right on schedule, and the two of us decided to smoke full cigars, which was a bad idea.
Yeah, because we were talking about this story. I like cigars as props. I don't actually like if I could just buy a cigar that had like aluminum foil at the end that reflected light. I would be just as happy with that.
You were, I don't want to say going to town, but like you were like a 2-for-1 ahead of me. Like
yeah, but we were also on a porch, and I'm wearing a seersucker suit. So I had to be like, yeah, mint juleps, sure are good. Like I had to get into character.
I was mainly holding a cigar, which was already too much. You were definitely smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
But then, and so he continued to chatter for like 3.5 hours. We went and grabbed food at you'll never guess, people, Torchy's.
What?
And then we came home and we got set up. And man, this must have been like 45, or I guess about an hour ago. There's this moment that I looked to Andrew and I'm like, and I don't refer to myself or in the specific. I'm just like, hey, are you one of those folks who kind of likes a little bit of quiet time before the show?
That was amazing because I'm such a moron. I couldn't even put my finger on it. I'm like, I like Brian. I like spending time with Brian, but I'm exhausted right now. I'm fucking goddamn exhausted.
We
And I don't know
definitely
how to get out of this. Like I don't know. I guess I'm digesting food. And I was like, oh no, I need to be by myself for 20 minutes.
It was definitely 3.5 hours of excited extroversion.
Yeah.
And the realization that it's like, I can't do this for 3.5 hours more. I bet he can't do it for 3.5 hours more. It was like, would you like to sit alone in this room? And
So you relax in seclusion?
yeah, well, I mean, I go downstairs because this is also around the time that Bonnie's putting the kids down, and so there's just general noise all around. And at first I was like, is this a thing that happens because I'm getting older, or is it a thing that I've always done? And thinking back to it, like I think I always used to do it. Even in my very first early days of touring, it was always in the bathtub. So it's like I'm in the hotel room alone.
Oh, I had this image of you wheeling a bathtub onto a stage. It was like, I really wish I'd seen that act.
And for my next trick,
Well, and this is before I even had anybody touring with me. I would go into the bathroom. I would open the door just barely a crack, and then I would turn off the lights, and it would be like 90 minutes of my own homegrown Oklahoma City sensory deprivation. Yeah. And it would be nothing but I didn't have words for it at the time, but now I realize like, oh, I was meditating to gather and marshal my forces, because I realized that the show doesn't begin when the curtains go up. The show begins the moment you show up on campus and you're talking to people, the real clients, the student activities board who's hiring you to bring you in. Those are the people that you need to make feel loved and excited and hear the jokes and to be calmed to know that this will definitely be a good event or whatever. And I don't think until today, until that moment, like we talked, I went downstairs and I realized, holy shit, I've always done this before the big show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've noticed because I love being with people. I prefer I'm like a Labrador Retriever with cowboy boots. I just I would prefer to be with people. I would be.
Yeah, you're confused and stumbling at all times.
That is 100% me. To the point where I would be fine just flopping on a bed with 8 people. This isn't a sexual thing, although I'd try it out. I would just I'd be fine. Not even just sleeping in perpetuity in a commune. But that said, though, I do need an hour to 2 hours a day of just not interacting with people. I don't want most of the day like that, but I do need that hour or two, or it's like I've had too much coffee.
Yeah.
My energy is okay, but I'm just really twitchy and stuff until I'm able to kind of flatten out.
If I don't have that little alone time, I find myself because there are events where it's just constant people or whatever. I find myself constantly saying, "Oh man, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back," and then I just close the door and I just sit for 5 minutes per hour all day long.
Yeah, I'll do that at parties because I'll enjoy the party and I'm like, I just need to go to the bathroom and check Reddit for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. My best friend and I travel. We haven't done it in a couple of years, but we'll go to we have wonderful romantic vacations. We'll go to Egypt and stuff. And after about 5 days, one of us will be like, "Hey, I might go off by myself for a day." Good, I think you should. I'll go too. Because we love each other, but it just after a little bit of time, we need.
Well, I'm glad you weren't offended in that moment where I was just like, "Would you like to sit here alone?"
No, that was good. I laid down on the floor, and then Bryce came in.
I walked in,
he didn't even know I was going to be here today. Just walked over my corpse.
I thought he died or something.
Yeah, but I was just laying down there. I don't know, thinking about whatever. I think aluminum foil or something. I don't remember what I was into at the time, but yeah.
Oh my god. All right, that's good times.
You guys want to do a show? Do you need a minute, Brian?
No, I'm good. I did my meditation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We got on drinks. Everybody.
That's normally what you do when you go to the bathroom right before the show, is a little bit of meditation.
Well, no. As we were saying, it's normally I go to the master bedroom, which is the quietest place in the house because the kids are all being put to bed upstairs, and so I just sort of,
I think it was referencing the other quiet time thing, but.
Yeah, you usually go to the bathroom before the show, right? Or do you not?
I don't know where this is headed. Yeah, with the constant need for total evacuation is a holdover from the live stage show days.
Yeah, no. That's all I was saying.
I try to avoid every liquid I can from my body every time I get on.
Oh no. See,
we're just making sure we don't need to take a bathroom break in the middle.
No.
of it.
I think we're fine.
I always wear space underwear when I do a program. That way I can do it for 8 to 9 hours. I'm a professional.
Holy shit! You just blew my mind.
No, please don't give him. He already doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah. These socks are definitely coming off at some point.
Alrighty, then let's do a show. We'll start off with our cold open song here in just a second, and then we'll be in the show. How about that?
Yeah.